Welcome back, everybody. It's your boy Rickzilla here, and oh boy, I honestly have no idea how I should address this. It has come to my attention that there are people that I really like watching. I really enjoy their content. Some people that I've loved watching are, well, Irate Alex, Fat Geeky, Dragnot Silva, and the Geek Room. And what do they have in common? Well, they all have covered videos on Shanny for Christ and on G-Man. Why am I doing this video about this? Well, Wednesday night was G-Man's quote-unquote pre-trial, where he was going to bring on the people who are on his quote-unquote docket to call them out for being, well, atheists or people who are being mean to him on the internet, and he's going to take them to court. Honestly, I really have no idea what he was trying to do or who he's trying to fool. But honest to God, he is by far the dumbest person I've ever seen on this internet. Sorry if the video or the camera was off. I was adjusting things. But again, this is the second time I'm filming on my phone. And it won't be the last, because I intend to do this more often, with or without my mask. Because when the Geek Room started their stream on G-Man's pre-trial, there were a lot of things that G-Man claimed in regards of people like Irate Alex and Dragnot Silva. Well, I'm not saying claimed as a definition, but what the word I was looking for is accuse. Because he accused G-Man accuses Dragnot for cyberbullying him. And he pulls up some stupid video on cyberbullying that was probably a decade old. And there are other videos that he always puts up that are ages during the early days of YouTube. And I don't even know what he was trying to accomplish by doing this dumb pre-trial stream. When he decided to bring on Fat Geeky to call her out because she made videos on Shanny. And also, speaking of that, Shanny for Christ, paid G-Man. She used whatever inheritance money she gained from Rev to fund G-Man because of his poor living expenses. Because if you don't remember, Shanny was the one who kicked G-Man out of Rev's old house because he used the money for some sort of streaming service that wasn't going to make him famous. And it wasn't going to make him any profit because it was probably dead. Just like his channel. And Shanny, being the perpetual victim, went on one of his streams and berated him to the point where he started to argue back and forth, which resulted in Shanny reeing like a fucking frog. None of them were right in this ordeal. But Shanny had every right to be upset because everybody knows that G-Man is a grifter and a liar. Much like Shanny, they're really bad people. And they don't deserve a platform on YouTube or even on any social media because they only spread lies about people and they only make up shit just to gain sympathy from people who don't know the whole story. Honestly, this is a really new and low blow for G-Man. To go after FatFit Geeky just because she made videos on Shanny, calling out her bullshit. And he threw her away like yesterday's garbage when Irate Alex came on his live stream. And he berated him, accusing him of being a cyberbully because he made a fucking shitpost tier meme where it has like a picture of a father and his son at a barbecue grilling, and he took and cropped his head on the father's body and G-Man's head on the kid. And it said something about whenever something about a woman and you have to flip over to the brown side. And G-Man took that as a threat, as a racial threat. And a sexist threat. It was a bit sexist, but there was no hint of racism. G-Man was just making that shit up just to paint Alex as this bad guy. I mean, I do watch, well, technically I've only watched one or a few videos from Irate Alex. One of them is, of course, his video on Shanny, for Christ, and all the idiocy she has been responsible for, especially when it comes to her kids. And he made a diss track on G-Man as well, which he admitted was a bit cringeworthy, but there are fans who eat that shit up because he is telling it true to these people because they are liars. And they're manipulators. And they take advantage of people who are in weak positions. And they turn things around to make them feel special. You get what I'm saying? And of course, I will be addressing to you, G-Man. You probably might not see this because to you, I am a nobody. I don't have that many followers. Well, I do want to give a shout out to the Geek Room for following me on my YouTube channel, my very minuscule YouTube channel, as well as follow me on Twitter. And the people who are involved in the Geek Room, I want to give a shout out to Dragnot, to Billy, to Hannah, and to all the people who have covered idiots like Shandy for Christ and G-Man. But I digress. This is my message to G-Man. If you ever try to go after people I like, people like FabFitGeeky, Geeky, like people like Irate Alex, Dragnot Silva, and even the Geek Room, you've got one hell of a thing coming for you, man. Because as much as people like to laugh at your idiocy and people like to call out your BS, I'm not going to be so forgiving. I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm going to hammer in every ounce of truth that I can find regarding your idiocy and regarding all the wrongful things you have done in the past. From what I heard, you would get into countless arguments with these Israelites these black Israelites that you've accused of for calling you gay because they said it as a joke. And speaking of that, we know that you're still in the closet, figuratively and literally. Well, technically, you're living in an attic, according to the boys in the Geek Room and Dragnot, who has called you out on all of your lies, especially when he reviews your streams, when you try to tackle atheists, and you try to argue in the point that atheists aren't good people without God. Look, I've known a few atheists who are good people, who don't use religion or their beliefs as a crutch to scare people like you and Shandy do. In fact, as a matter of fact, I really don't think a real Christian would put people on trial for being cyberbullies. It's in the Bible saying that you can't do that. The Bible you claim to read because you went to some sort of Presbyterian church or some mixed race church or something, which I don't know if I should believe, because knowing you, I would assume it's all BS. You are scum. You are the very scum that everyone wants to clean away. You are a real garbage fire, G-Man. You, Shanny, Rev, Von Helton, Veckel, and all of your minions and followers and associates, all the people like you three, all the people like you, need to leave the internet permanently. Nobody wants you here. Everybody's tired of your BS. And everybody knows you're an outright liar, G-Man. And that goes for you too, Shanny. You people don't deserve a platform. You really don't. And honestly, this video is about to reach its limit, because I'm doing this at around 4 in the morning and I need my sleep. But I'm doing this because I was inspired by someone named Ella, who made a video calling Shanny out twice. Well, actually, she made 2 videos. One calling Shanny out on her BS, and the other calling Shanny out on her lies regarding COVID-19. Because we all know Shandy's insane. G-Man's insane as well. but he's a special kind of insane. One that will probably land him in federal prison if people realize that he has stolen money from countless people. And I like to give kudos to Dragnot for using that quote that G-Man had admitted as his notification noise or sound or whatever it's called. You know, the one where G-Man admitted that he stole $3,000? Face it, Gary, or Gary Lamont, because you're done. You're finished. That goes for you too, Shanny, Rev, Von Helton. You people are finished. The Geek Room, Irate Alex, Fat Fit Geeky, Life of a Free Spirit, Charlie Gold. They see through your lies. And they know that you people are not worth anyone's time. And if you do see this video, G-Man, which I highly doubt you will because you see me as a nobody. And also, I'm a Catholic. So, you probably would see me as a bad person because I don't follow your way of Christianity. Because according to you, according to your warped ideals of religion, Catholic people only worship the Pope and not Christ. Honestly, that could not be any farther from the truth than whatever you're saying or whatever you're preaching, because there are Catholic people who still follow the teachings of Christ. The Pope is just a symbol of the fellowship of God. And also the Pope is a good person too. But you don't know what a hero is, because I get you had a shitty childhood, but you shouldn't let that dictate how you live your life. And honestly, I really don't feel sorry for you in the slightest. You got what you deserved when Shanny kicked you out of Rev's old home. And you got what you deserved when the Black Israelites made fun of you. Because you are nothing more than gutter trash. And that's what you'll ever be. If you and Shanny continue to make videos where you try to attack people for telling the truth about you, expect to see more videos from people like me and like Ella and like Dragnot and other people who know all your lies. You should know this, G-Man. What goes around comes around. And eventually, you will get what you came for. And this time, you will go too far. You're going to get what you deserve, G-Man. That's all I have to say on this matter. It's really late, and I really need my sleep. So, I hope you guys like this video. If you want, you can subscribe, or you can leave a comment, share it with other people. If you want to follow me on Twitch at Rickzilla1, you can follow me there. You can also follow me on Twitter at RGHaime91. And I'll see you guys next time. So, Peace out.